Folks, I've been ranting and raving and frothing because there's just so many hundreds of points. It's completely obvious, in our face. They're eugenicists. They're hyping flu and other pandemics, as I predicted, that are soft kill, that are very weak, as a pretext to set up their control grids down the line to release more powerful plagues to actually wipe out large numbers, like they've done with HIV as a cover virus for other operations they're launching in Africa. I'm going to recap all this, continue with your calls right now. Let's talk to, is it Nelson is next? Guys, can you hear me? Scott in Minnesota's next. Scott, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex.
Hi.
I am the self-proclaimed Malcolm X of single fathers, and I got a real easy way to wake people up.
Okay, we're talking about flu, but all right.
No, I have the most beautiful baby boy. He's a clone of me, but he's got the most trifling mother in the world. And even she knows not to get the flu shot. I was real worried about it all week, and I finally talked to her.
But see, what they'll do is they'll just kill a bunch of people with a real flu and then hype everybody into taking it, and it may even protect you from the flu, though they admit this vaccine won't. That's the incredible thing. They admit this won't even protect you. Like the last 7 years in a row, the flu shot hasn't even protected people. They didn't even get the mutation right, but people still go out and take it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And can I tell you my story real quick? I woke up about a year ago. And after a few months Googling this and YouTubing that, I found you on the Internet. I finally met someone that feels the same way. And
all right. Well, listen, I appreciate your call. Good to hear from you, Scott. Get out there and spread the word. Nelson in California, you're on the air, Nelson.
Hello, Alex. The name is Neelan. Anyway, I just had a quick comment about the oligarchy that really claims to be our government, and the solution. I mean, I personally believe that if Jefferson were alive today, he would be leading an insurrection against this oligarchy to give it back to the people. So I believe the solution to all these problems is insurrection. Thank you.
So are you engaged in insurrection right now?
Of course not.
Well, actually, you are. I mean, you're calling in to a...
You're actually right, but I mean, not in the way that they would stereotype it, with violence. But there's plenty of ways to be an insurrectionist to show dissent without having to be violent. I've done many die-ins in front of the federal building protesting torture, and that's just one of the many ways you can be an insurrectionist without having to wield a gun or any weapon at all, just your words. Yeah,
for 15 years before the Revolutionary War, 12 to 15, there was a lot of protesting, demonstrating, what you could even call vandalizing government equipment and systems before the big war.
Out here in California, you see these kids all day scribbling crap all over everything, and none of it is, liberty or anything. It's just
mindless crap language. That's because the MTV weaponized mind control system got them.
It's the nihilist culture that this oligarchy puts upon us through its corrupt fourth estate.
That's right. They want to make us hopeless. They want to make us weak. They want to make us just give up to them. Well, we start winning by not giving up and getting fired up and getting aggressive. And I agree with you. We've got to engage in peaceful insurrection against this corrupt, illegitimate crime syndicate.
If Jefferson was alive today, he would be leading our insurrection against these terrible people that want nothing more than to annihilate us all. There's no doubt about it, Alex. Thank you so much for your work. I appreciate it.
God bless you, sir. I appreciate your call. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk to Jasper, Daniel, David, Chuck, Teresa, and many others. Sometimes I think I need to expand the show to 3 or 4 hours, because 2 hours I just get so hyped up. And it's like being in a car, and somebody else is driving, and they're going to wreck it. And they're headed towards a brick wall, and you're like, please stop, please. Please think for yourself, and then... But it's not just like being in a car that is going to slam into a wall and you can't stop it. It's like Groundhog Day. It just happens over and over again. We'll be right back.
Are you concerned for the safety of your loved ones? Listen closely to this message from pepperspray.com. Every 22 seconds a violent crime is committed. America has changed, and your personal safety is your first priority. Be smart, be safe, Trust Pepper Spray instead of your luck. Pepperspray.com is the only website you'll ever need for all of your non-lethal self-defense supplies. Pepperspray.com carries one of the largest assortments of pepper spray and personal safety products on the web. From big to small, we have it all. Pepper spray, mace, animal repellents, stun guns, and tasers. Pepperspray.com also carries a large assortment of products for personal, home, child, and pet safety. Enter SAFE in the coupon box and you'll receive a special discount off of your order. So what are you waiting for? Go to pepperspray.com. That's pepperspray.com or call 1-800-908-9988 today.
All right, I'm going to briefly recap the special I've been doing on this engineered flu. It's not swine flu. It didn't come from pigs. It's 2-part human, 1 part pig, 1 part bird. Top scientists, we've put the BBC and ABC News headlines up. They've told you what we've told you. It's manufactured. I knew that day one because there was no pedigree, no history, no background. Every other natural flu, they can track it back over 50 years. It's different mutations. It's different permutations. Now, months before April, I got on air and said they're building mass graves, they're setting up FEMA camps, they may use flu as a cover for martial law to pass a total Federal Reserve dictatorship, bills are now introduced, to pass a total carbon tax control of every facet of life, just like they passed the income tax in 1913 to dovetail with the Federal Reserve takeover. Now they need the global tax to pay the new global bank. That's not my opinion, that's mainstream news. We're in world government now. And all of this is coming up in the fall. Well, they've got the perfect political cover worldwide as nations get angry at their corrupt governments that are raping and stealing from them to the tune of $23.7 trillion stolen, according to Congress, out of the U.S. Treasury in the last 10 months alone. They need flu. Whether this thing kills a bunch of people or not, they're saying it is, and it's level 6 and the end of the world. It's a way to put us under UN control, to have everybody trained to be under lockdown and forced inoculation. All this is being announced. Then they admit, oh, by the way, this vaccine doesn't even protect you from whatever new mutation of it is out there. But they know the public doesn't understand how flu works, how the RNA of these viruses work, how it interacts with the human DNA. They know you don't know that, so they're treating you like you're idiots. I want to ask you, why does the establishment want to set the precedent to put things in our bodies so bad? Why is the school year coming up? They're lying on the news again, saying it's the law, you got to take 40-plus shots for your kid. There's no law, your kid's got to take any of those shots. There is city and state and county policies that the school has a policy, like a policy not to chew gum. There is no law that you can't chew gum in school, or no law you can't have a cell phone in school. It's a policy, and they have a waiver form around the policy under state law in all 50 states and possessions. In fact, people don't believe me. Because they can't believe ABC and CBS and NBC and Fox lie. Google for folks, Texas vaccine exemption form. You'll be on the state of Texas Health Department, city health departments, county health departments. It'll be on screen. Massachusetts, Rhode Island, California, Oregon, Indiana. It doesn't matter. There is no law to take the vaccine. There's some site, vaccineinfo.net. It's got links. Yeah, right there, the blue link. There it is. Affidavit request for exemption for immunizations for reasons of conscience. Anybody can get it. There it is. There is no law. It's a crock. It's a lie. It's a fraud. Just like it's a fraud that this supposed swine flu has killed a bunch of people. Let's believe it's killed 2,000 worldwide and 197 in the U.S. Earlier in the week, I was saying it just killed a few dozen. That number's now up to close to 200. That's nothing. What's going to happen when tens of thousands start dying from regular flu? They're going to hype it. They've got mass tents ready in every city, the army ready in every city, mass graves ready. I was telling you this 6 months ago. People were laughing at me. When I go, they're building mass graves. They're getting ready for flu. I don't know why. What do they know we don't know? Oh, shut up. You're a liar. Now it's mainstream news, folks. This is big. I'm telling you, they're gearing up for something big, and if we get the word out, we may be able to back them off. I'm going to take your calls. Jasper, Daniel, David, Chuck, Teresa, and others. Jasper in Massachusetts, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
I am really starting to get freaked out the way they're hyping this flu again everywhere and saying, oh, just real calmly, we're going to forcibly inject you. No, you're not injecting me, you bastards.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty freaky. There's no other word for it, really.
And it's all, remember, before this was in the news, I was on air saying get ready. Go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to think down the road here and, try to assume different things like whether they got this all planned out, or whether there's surprises, where the surprises are. And I'm trying to see this from the point of view of the real hardcore, the real brainwashed, crazies of the elites, and what they must be thinking about the future, for their kids.
Well, we know they're thinking they're going to make tens of billions off the vaccine that the government's paying for.